We're here with Richard Deutsch from Powerbox, the big brain behind the big brand. And we have here the first Powerbox ATOM that I've actually got my hands on. Now, it feels very comfortable, just like my Core, basically the same design.
Yeah.
But for all those out there, so we've got the Powerbox Core, which of course is the top of the line radio out there at the moment, with all of the wonderful features and bells and whistles that we've been using. The ATOM is effectively exactly the same, but the baby brother, right?
Right.
So for those watching, we know that the Core is effectively 2,500.
Yeah.
How much is the ATOM? So let's start there.
It's 1590.
1590, so that's basically €1,000 less. Now this is where it gets really interesting for me. The differences. There isn't that many, right?
It is. It's a very different electronics. We developed that new. It's a little smaller Linux computer.
Yeah.
The difference is not too much, but if you have both together, you see a slightly speed difference.
Yeah. Okay.
The gimbals are the same.
Yeah.
The sensors have less resolution. It's
so we're going,
2048, but it's still on the top of all radios.
So we're going from the amazing 4000, which is above what basically every other radio has anyway.
Yeah.
And here we have the 2000, which is what all other top of the line radios basically use.
Exactly.
So we have that. The Core is 26 channels.
Yeah.
The ATOM is
18 channels. It has 9 flight modes. The Core has 13. The Core has a GPS sensor inside. It has a gyro sensor inside. This bells and whistles are missing in the ATOM, but it's still a complete radio.
But it's still a full 18-channel radio.
Right, it's full 18
effectively channels. All of the same functions, the amazing telemetry, and the same design, the brilliant screen that you can see in daylight, all-day battery life, and a load of fun. So we're limiting basically just the gimbal resolution from 4000 to 2000, 26 to 18, and the switches come in a predefined setting.
The production is also a little different. You can order the Core with all your wishes, and we build it for you.
Yeah.
The ATOM production is different. It works. It's a serious production.
Yeah.
So we produce the radios. If you want to have changes, we have to change it. So it's a little extra fee.
So basically, the Core, you have to design it for each customer. Right. The ATOM effectively will be all the same.
Right.
Brilliant. I think this is going to be very, very popular, and it's a big chunk out of the price of the Core, which means it's available to a lot more people.
Yeah.
Brilliant product.
That's the idea.
Great. Now, the other two things that you have with us here at Jets and Props, we have two more new things, right? We have Powerbox's first ever servo.
Right.
Now, aside from being blue, tell us.
Yes, it's a new development. It's a 38 kilo servo, very high speed. It has a brushless motor. It has really strong gear, and the special thing on that servo is a full telemetry. So you get with our P2 bus, you get with that servo, you get the voltage, you get the current, you get the torque, and the angle of the arm. All this data comes to your radio. So setting an alarm in the radio gives you a warning. For example, if a servo becomes too hot or takes too much current.
So again, it's another safety feature basically to make sure that the servo is doing what it should be.
Exactly.
The voltage is okay, it's receiving the current, the voltage.
And
you can even check blowback, because if it's showing the angle, you can see if it's getting the same angles in flight as it is on the ground. So, brilliant.
And it has a menu, so you can control the servo from the radio. You can say the servo is, I don't know, it's now on channel 1.
Yeah.
I can go in the menu of the radio and tell the servo, listen to channel.
Yeah, because 16. it's a bus.
Right.
Bus servo.
Exactly. It takes the channel you give it. And it has overcurrent protection, so can turn on the overcurrent protection and tell him it's 400 milliamps, like here, and
Yep.
you can
And then it will go back to normal functioning.
exactly.
So this is very similar, really, to the, sorry, I've forgotten the name. In the Royal, the little adapter that we have that you can plug onto the servo,
right.
same kind of thing.
The adapters had been different. If the current was too high, it just turns off the servo.
Mm-hmm.
This holds with the force you told
set.
it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The question I'm sure everyone's going to ask, will it also work with a normal
Yeah.
receiver output?
Yeah, yeah. It's plug and play, and you can connect it to any
To whichever
PWM
system.
output of the.
Brilliant.
It comes also with the arm.
Ah, nice touch.
Yeah.
And the final thing that we have as well, it's coming out soon, Mercury.
Yeah.
So we have a new Mercury,
We have a new Mercury SR2.
possibly, or at least for what I sell, is I think most popular power box, or has been
Yeah.
for a long time. So it'll
Yeah.
be exciting to see slightly smaller.
The Mercury is a new
And-
one. Goes with the gyro setting. It follows the other power boxes.
Yeah, so like the Pioneer and the SR2s,
Exactly.
it will have the iGyro sat that you plug in if you want a gyro, or not if you don't.
It's a little smaller than the old one, and it has 16 outputs. And features like the big power boxes, like auto servo matching,
Yeah,
all these
Great.
things. come
all
with
very
it.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.